Fred, the person who suggested that I do this question and answer video thing here because the live chat didn't work. I'm still working on figuring out how to use that Google Plus. I know it's probably, I'm making it more complicated than it probably is, but just give me some time to work on it. I want my sister to log on with me and we test it out, and then I'm going to invite you guys again, okay? So let's get started. We didn't have a whole lot of questions, but the questions that we did have was pretty interesting. So thanks to all of you who submitted questions, all right? Because I know it takes time to do all this stuff. Suburban Rider, and I'm using your usernames because I don't know your real names. Some of you that I know your real names, I'm still going to address you as your YouTube username, okay? And he asks, he says, I have certain pieces of cookware that I really need to use for cooking certain things. If I do not have them, it drives me crazy. One is a Tefal skillet that is made in France, and the other is an extra wide no slot spatula for flipping omelets and pancakes. Do you have any item or items that are so perfect for your cooking it would aggravate you to use something similar? Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not like married to none of my pots and pans because I change them often, but I do have this right here. This little knife, if you can see the handle, it's all ratty and ugly. It has this fork tip that I don't ever use, but I like this knife. This is one of these knives that the Roadshow comes to Walmart all the time, and I always go pick up whenever they come to they don't come too often, actually. So I have one, and I have two. I like them so much, and when they come to town again, I'm going to be sure to get another one. It's supposed to be one of those lifetime type knives thing that if it goes out, they'll replace it. But I think I've more than got my money out of it. The handle's not broken, it's just used, right? And the blades, I've never sharpened them in the whole time that I've had it. It cuts through bone, it cuts through soda can, it cuts through everything. If I get invited somewhere and I know they're gonna have ham or turkey or meat or steak or anything that needs to be carved, I know they'll call upon me. And when I say they, I mean my mom or my sister. They'll say, can you carve this stuff? I don't want to do the hard work and hurt my wrist. I'll bring that knife, I'll take the knife with me because I don't want any stress, okay? Thanks for asking the question, Suburban Rider. All right, either Desia or Desia McCoon, she asks if I live in Los Angeles. And Desia, no, I don't live in Los Angeles, but I don't live too far away from Los Angeles. I am in Southern California. I'm in an area called the Inland Empire. I don't really want to tell this city over the air where I live, because LA, you can say you live in LA because LA is big, right? But this town that I live in is pretty small, and I don't know who all from my little town is watching the show, and I like my anonymity. So I am about 60 miles east of LA, and this Desia, I hope I'm saying it right, or Desia, if you want me to come to LA and do a meet and greet, we can start making those arrangements, okay? My dad's shop, he used to have the retail, but he gave that up, so he has the wholesale. It is located in LA, and I would gladly come down if you guys want to arrange a meet and greet. You guys could pick up a book from my dad's store because he's also one of my distributors. And maybe we'll have some food, some powder buns, some jam rolls, you know. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but maybe we could have some food and stuff. You guys come over, you meet me, meet my mom. Oh, she'd be so thrilled. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of people that, you know, we're two or more gathered. You know, we can do it. But if we're going to do it, you guys, and we make a date that we're going to meet down there, it'll probably be on a Saturday. And if we say we're going to meet there on a Saturday, like let's say Saturday at noon, we're going to have a meet and greet at my dad's store, then please show up because it's going to take a lot of gas and money and stuff to get down there. And if I'm preparing foods and stuff, I don't want to waste my time, right? But, you know, hit me up on that, Desia, D-E-S-I-A. I don't know how to say that, okay? All right, Fitanj asks, what does my family love for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Well, Fitanj, honestly, I know this is, I met Fitanj through through the show, but she friended me on Facebook, and this lady is so fit, it's awesome. I really wish I could be like her. So, to be quite honest with you, Ange, during the week, we don't really eat what we like per se, because we'll have protein shakes for breakfast or omelets or stuff like that. I don't do omelets with egg whites because that takes too much egg, and eggs, especially the egg whites, that's where the salt resides in the eggs and the whites. And you know I have issues with salt because of the inner ear problem that I have. So we don't really necessarily get what we like I said, during the week. But on the weekends, this is what I like to make for my family. We either do the fried jacks or flour tortilla or pancakes or waffles as the way of the carb for breakfast. And then we have whatever style egg each individual likes. And we have some type of salt meat like ham or polska kielbasa or sausage or something like that for breakfast. And then for lunch, we normally eat our dinner for lunch. So we'll have whatever the carb is, if it's rice and beans, stew beans and white rice, some type of chicken, stewed chicken or baked chicken, Belizean food, the stuff that I have at the show. We don't always eat potato salad. I've kind of walked away from potato salad. I love it, but I know it's not, it's too much carb on one plate. So we'll eat that for like a treat, Thanksgiving, birthdays, stuff like that, or if I'm inviting guests over. And usually later on in the evening, we don't eat something too heavy. We'll have something really, really light. I don't drink coffee or tea. Joe drinks those. I've never liked coffee or tea. When I was being raised, I was raised on Milo, and I would still love to drink that, but I know it's not healthy for me because we make it with condensed milk, right? So that's the stuff that, my family likes for lunch and dinner. Whatever the Belizean food is. Josh, my older son, loves meat pies. Jory loves pasta with any type of Alfredo sauce. Jada loves any type of steak, anything like that. So, pretty much my favorite dessert is bread pudding, as you know. And that pretty much covers what I love to make for the family for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I think. Anyways, Christiana Leperdue asks, and she's my January giveaway winner. And she asks, other than cooking great food, what are my other hobbies / interests? Well, Christiana, before I started doing all this cooking and stuff, I used to sing. Well, I still sing, but I used to sing publicly. I haven't sang publicly in a while. And so I've been starting to dust out some of my old songs and sing them so I could record them and have them saved for my mom, because she absolutely loves my singing voice. And she knows I couldn't sing when I was a kid. I didn't learn to sing until I came to America. I got a music scholarship and I went into training for like 2 years to learn. And I'm taping them and putting it at my other YouTube. I have another I'm gonna tell you guys what all my YouTube shows are, because this is my primary one and the one that I'm devoted to. But I have another one, and so I'll put a link, like right here. I'll put a clickable link to take you to one of my songs, so you can see my other skills. Okay, so that's what I do for my hobbies. I sing and I love to read, and of course I love to write. Anyways, the next person is Indira Vivas. And she says, hi, Miss Barbara. And when I read things and I hear, hi, Miss Barbara, I know that these are Belizean people that are well trained, right? She's probably way younger than me. And she wants to know, did I attend Holy Redeemer Primary School when I was younger? No, I didn't attend Holy Redeemer Primary School. I went to All Saints from Infant 1 through Standard 6. And then I went to St. Catherine's Academy from first form right through the third form. I didn't complete third form. I did 3 months, and then we came to America. I did used to attend church at Holy Redeemer during Lent, during the Lenten season, because St. Catherine's would walk us over there for Friday mornings during Lent, and we'd have to go for a 1-hour service. I absolutely loved going because I hated math. And when we went down to church for that 1-hour service during Lent, we missed the math class on that Friday. So I'm just being honest. I hated math, and to go to church was better than to have math. So the next part of her question, she has like a 4-part question. And she wanted to know if I knew her family. There's a lot of people that I don't know from Belize, because I left when I was 15, and when my mom didn't used to allow us to go too many places. She was really guarded with us, and I appreciate that she was, because we could have gotten into a lot of trouble back then. And she wants to know, how long ago did I migrate to America? It was 31 years ago. And we left at the ending of December 1981 when I was 15 years old. I was going to be 16 the next August, okay? And she wants to know if I plan to spend my retirement in Belize. Absolutely not. This is no knock against Belize, but I've made my life here. I love this country. I fought really hard to become a citizen of this country from 1981. I did not become a citizen until 2008, and Joe did not become a citizen until 2009. We fought hard. That was the fight of our lives. Costed us a lot of money. And basically, I would not give up this country for anything else. As much as I love Belize, I wouldn't retire there. My kids are born here. This is their country. And basically, I want to stay here. And I'm glad that I was born in Belize and raised there for 15 years, because it gave me an awesome foundation. I just don't want to retire there. More Than a Conqueror, she didn't ask a question. She just says, I was such a cutie at age 3. Age 3, I thank you so much, More Than a Conqueror. This lady reached out to me through Facebook also, like Patanj did, and such an awesome lady going through such a challenge in her life, but with such grace and dignity. I'm going to meet this lady. She lives in the Las Vegas area, and I will meet her. I promise her I will. And she says, I was such a cutie. I received that compliment, and I'm not the type of person not to receive a compliment and say, oh, I received it, thank you. But I receive it, but I know that girl, that picture was ugly. My mom, when I would tell my mom, only a face a mother could love, right? And she goes, girl, I don't know what's wrong with you. You were pretty. Then she would wink and she would go, only when you weren't crying, which was 90% of the time I was crying, right? Or 99% of the time I was a colicky baby. I couldn't help it. Anyways, I hope I didn't miss any, because the last one is from Pink Candy Stars, and she wants to know, could we make anything gluten-free? I hear you, sister. I really want to learn how to do that, and I'm going to investigate that, because Jada and I have fallen in love with gluten-free cookies from the box. They're chocolate chip cookies, and they're gluten-free, but they come in a box, and I don't really want to eat anything from a box if I don't have to. So thank you so much for the questions, and let me see if I can take a little break and think up some interesting facts about me to share with you guys, okay?
Okay,
Give me a minute.
If you guys hear noise and stuff, bags, like Joshua's over there eating chips or prunes or something. Jerky. So if you guys hear some noise in the background, just kind of filter them out, okay? Just a little bit of information about myself. My name is Barbara. I don't say my name at the beginning of the show because I always say, you're watching the Verified Tree Show. Jada likes to clone me about the way I say that. My maiden name is McNabb. My married name is Greenidge. For the people who have been asking if I'm related to this Greenidge or that Greenidge, no, I'm not, because I'm not a blood Greenidge. Joe is probably related to them, but he himself doesn't even know, because he came from Belize to America in 1979, and he really doesn't have any contact with like extended family, just his dad and his immediate siblings. But thanks for inquiring, you guys. I'm glad to know that you guys want to know a little bit more about us. I'm 46 years old. I've been married to Joe for 26 years. This year will make 27. He and I have been self-employed for 11 years. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, when I upload this video, is actually going to be our 11th anniversary in the business. We have 3 kids, Joshua, Joria, and Jada, 23, 21, and 17. You've seen Jada on the show from time to time. I've got 3 siblings, an older brother that's 11 months older than me, younger sister that's 6 years younger, and a younger brother that's 11 years younger. My parents are Rosalie and Denfield McNabb. For those of you in Belize who are watching and want to know which McNabb I'm related to, Denfield's my dad. He was the one that owned the band back in the 1980s. The band was called The Vibrations. Interesting fact about my dad. He represented Belize in the 1968 Olympics as a cyclist. He does not share that information with a lot of people. I don't know why, but I'm very proud of the fact that he did that. I think that's a feat, right? My grandfather, Maurice Gomez, worked in Benque Viejo de Carmen. The reason I bring it up is because a lot of people are from Benque that speak to me in the comments. And no, I'm not from Benque, but my grandpa lived there Monday through Friday, and he worked there. So many of you may know him, Maurice Gomez. He graded lumber for a living, and at one point he was lumber inspector for Belize. My grandmother had a brilliant, beautiful mind. She had her first stroke at age 50. I think I got a lot of my gifts from her, the talent for singing, for cooking, for writing, for reading. You know, she was just so brilliantly talented, and I'm glad to come from that good stock. Now, I think I've shared everything with you. I live in Southern California. I like it here because I like a lot of sunshine, and I'm happy to be doing this show. The reason that I even learned how to cook in the first place is because when I got married to Joe at age 20, a lot of people promised me they were going to cook some of the food and bring it, and after we bought the ingredients and took it to them, after we bought the ingredients and took it to them, they kind of fell through on me. And it kind of frustrated me to no end, so I decided nobody was going to have me in that bind ever again, that I will learn how to cook so that I can cook my way out of trouble. And that's why I'm teaching you guys how to cook. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because when I hear people, like grown women, will say to somebody in the street, oh, I don't know how to cook, that I feel like they don't even know what disadvantage they're being put at, you know, to not know how to cook. Especially in times of a recession, and you're a mom and a wife and you need to feed your family, you need to know how to cook, because you can't afford to buy fast food during times of recession, right? So that's why I'm doing the show. I'm passionate about it. You guys help fuel my passion, because you always give me such grand feedback, and I really and truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for participating in this. If I've forgotten any little bit of information about myself that you want to know more about, just ask. I'll be happy to share it with you. So until I see you guys again, take care of yourself, okay? Bye-bye.